Hello. In the previous video, we had created a small scale of P&L, an electronics business, and we had also used drop-down lists in order to see its subsegments and receive its data from raw data, like you may receive it from your client as CSV, or you can download it from your ERP system or other planning tools. Now we are going to also use vlookup, match function, and also other drop-down boxes to create a business comparison, a period comparison for the chosen subsegment or the total business. Let's create a new table here, right next to previous working. We're going to link data here and add here two periods. Add percentage change between these periods. Okay. Now what we have here is not really dynamic, because every time we want to change these periods, we have to manually write here the periods. But we don't want to do this. We don't have time when we are in a meeting, when we need to present data and do changes at the same time. So we are going to use the same formula, but with vlookup and match function. Okay. What I'm going to do is to write vlookup function. Lookup value will be sales. I'm going to fix only column. Table array will be this part. I'm going to also fix this table array. And column index number. Here, match formula comes into effect. What match function does is it looks up a value, looks for a value, and bring its row. Which row is this value? I'm going to fix this row, and lookup array will be the top row of our P&L section. Fix it. Match type will be exact match, and the also exact match. Okay, here you can see our sales for electronics is 510. If we change it to computers, it's 180. And we are going to copy this formula, same formula that we did in P&L. And convert it to percentage, and here we have our comparison between two periods, but it's still not dynamic. We're going to also add some drop-down boxes here, so I'm going to input, creating one more list for periods, 2020, 2021, and the third one is 2022 F forecast. So I'm going to add drop-down list from data, data validation, list, and the source will be this part. I'm going to do the same for M, go to input, choose periods. So if we want to compare 2020 and 2022 forecast, it's going to bring data from 2020. But if you want to change it into 2021, it's going to bring it here. This function, this functionality, enables you to choose instantly and see the differences between two periods. So you don't need to do manual calculations right at that time. Imagine if you're at a meeting and you need to show this impacts on different businesses and you want to see changes between different periods, you can simply choose here and change it instantly. And when it comes to other areas to use this vlookup and match function, what we can do is imagine you're at an audit, you're receiving data from your client, and this data may not be the same every time. I'm going to create a new Excel. The data set sheet. What I have here is data set 1. I'm going to simply copy. You may receive it from different person every time when you go to a client. They may use different layouts. For example, when you want to bring object 1 and object 2 per case number, what you do is simply you go, for example, with case number object 1, object 2, and you need for these ones, and you want to bring using vlookup. Value array will be this part, and our column index number for object 1 will be 1, 2, 3, and 4th column, and object 2 will be the 5th one. So I'm going to write here 4 and 4 to see the exact match. Fix also the column value. Change 5. Bring it here. You see, This is the exact data. We used vlookup, but you may not get the same data set every time you go to your client or from your internal stakeholders, different departments. They may use different layouts in their ERP system. For example, in SAP, you can see it's quite often. So if your data changes, for example, if you receive a different set of data like this, for example, we have less columns here, and we have also here case numbers in the first column, but object 1 and object 2 will be in different columns. Let's make it more complicated. It can be very complex. Doesn't need to be next to the other. What we are going to do this, what we need to avoid the complexity when we are working on our data. It's simply vlookup and match function. What we are going to match is also, again, column index number. We need this match formula here, and lookup value will be our header, which is object 1 in this case. I'm going to fix the row. Lookup array will be top row, header row, or data set. Fix this. Also match type, exact match. Oops. So every time we need to find our data, it's going to use the same part. Okay, it's here. What we have is object 1, object 2 is here, but as I mentioned before, what if we receive the same data in different layouts? I'm going to simply copy and we will still get the same data, because what we do is we're matching the header section, and it changes instantly by the match formula in vlookup. So we don't need to go into the data set and look where our data is, in which column. You don't need to do this. You can simply use vlookup and match, and you don't need to worry about the layout of data received. That's all for vlookup and match functions. Thank you for watching.